I'm Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Oh, such a nice audience. I better get a picture. Okay, everybody wave. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I was born in 1944, and I came with my own book of ration stamps, the World War II ration stamps. So I go back just a little way. I grew up at a time when girls played old maid cards, and I learned homemaking skills. I learned how to be a proper young lady. I don't know whether that worked or not. And in those days, TV couples slept in separate twin beds, and Tampax commercials never happened. In grades 7 through 12, students in public schools had to take showers with everybody after gym. My mother did not allow me to call boys because that was too pushy, and boys did not like pushy girls. When I was 11, I told my parents I wanted to be a doctor, and they said, in a very serious conversation too, they said, well, girls could be nurses, teachers, or secretaries. So in February of 1960, I graduated from 9th grade and began 10th grade at Eastern High, which was an all-girls public high school, and I kept a diary that year. January 1st, the start of a new year. I wonder what unknown events will unfold before me in this new year. Maybe it will hold some romantic doings. I hope. January 2nd. Today I bought my graduation dress. I don't want to leave Woodburn. Eastern lessens my opportunities of meeting boys. Now note, you've probably seen John Waters' movie Hairspray, and you know about the Corny Collins show? Well, that was inspired by the Buddy Dean show in Baltimore. January 5th. Today, Carol and I went on the Buddy Dean show. The boys took me in front of the camera a lot, and the camera got a couple of real close shots. I wore my tan plaid skirt and sweater. January 8th. I am disgusted with the so-called male species. Boys. Jimmy makes out like he likes me. And today, when our class went ice skating after school, he hardly spoke a word to me. In fact,
Who, Jimmy?
he skated with practically all the other girls.
Oh.
January 12th. Our class is going ice skating Friday again, and that boy better pay some attention to me.
Yeah, girl. You got
I
it.
hope he sways over to the sunny side soon. January 19th. Tonight as I write this, I am plumb tuckered out and hopeful. A bunch of us went skating. I skated around in circles a bit with Jimmy. And one time I slipped and fell, so he would have to help me out. January 24th, I tried on my graduation dress. January 25th, my measurements now stand at 34, 24, 36. I cheated on the first number. February 11th. I'm getting tired of seeing so many girls at school. March 29th. My sister is 2 years younger than me, and she's been kissed. And me? I'm gonna wind up an old maid. March 29th. Oh, excuse me, April 1st. I got a boyfriend. April Fool. May 27th. I got a pair of white heels, real pointed toes, and size 6. I hope they won't hurt my feet. July 11th. I just finished watching some of the Democratic convention on TV. It started me thinking about world affairs. Communism has taken over 1/3 of the world in 15 years. Russia has threatened war if we don't stay out of Cuba's affairs. And there might even be another war during my lifetime. And our leaders still threaten it even today. July 12th. I'm another day older.
Yay!
July 13th. Ditto. August 5th. Carol came over for supper and we double dated with her boyfriend Jack and his friend George. George didn't even hold my hand. Now, I need to make a note here because when I wrote this diary, it was just 6 years after the 1954 Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education. So I used the politically correct language of those days. September 5th. Why is everyone so narrow-minded? They say all Jews are penny pinchers, all Catholics are narrow-minded, all colored people aren't as respectful as us, etc. I know this can't be true. If I say anything, the adults just say, they know, and wait until I get more experience and I grow up, and I'll think differently. I think they're wrong. October 8th. I had a ball tonight. We all went bowling and played Mad Libs. George could go to Jack's junior prom and he asked me to go. I can't wait. I have to get a semi-formal gown. October 10th. Gosh, I feel so undecided. I don't know what curriculum to take. Daddy says I'll still have the required credits to go to Towson State Teachers College and still take typing and shorthand in case something happens that I can't go to college, then I would get a good paying secretarial job. October 11th. I'm taking straight academic course after talking with the counselor. October 13th. I went to the movies with George tonight, and his father took us and Daddy brought us home. Once a boy wanted me to lay my head on his shoulder, but I didn't. Tonight, though, I did with George because I like him. After all, I wouldn't just lay my head on the shoulder of any boy. October 20th. I wish George would call. October 29th. Tonight was a night of first for me. My first prom and my first kiss. George gave me a long kiss on my left cheek and a goodnight kiss on my right cheek. And we danced so much, I had trouble with my toe, which was bleeding, and it impaired my dancing. My heart really beat when he kissed me. October 30th. Now, to get back to last night, which I've been thinking about all day long, George called me sweetheart. And while we were dancing, the singer sang, I'm in love, in one line of the song. And George said to me, you heard the man. Well, I won't be sweet 16 and never been kissed. November 3rd. I don't think George likes me anymore. He hasn't called me up. Life is a waiting game. November 9th. Kennedy won the close election race. It was very close. So many people are disgusted that he won and Nixon lost. I feel sorry for the Nixon family, but wish Kennedy luck. November 19th. I'll tell what George and I did tonight. He kissed me 5 times. 4 in the hair, and a good night peck on the cheek. November 24th. George and I went to the high school football game. The victory house was really packed, and George and I danced close. There wasn't much room for dancing. It was smoke-filled, and now I smell. You know, in those days, you could smoke in the schools. Outside, he really kissed me. You know, lips entwined. I can still feel it on my lips. November 25th. George said he would call up tonight to say whether he could come over tomorrow. He never did call. I feel mixed up and insecure and confused, and I don't know why. It's hard growing up. December 1st. I keep trying to convince myself that I don't care that George hasn't called. There are lots of pebbles on the beach. Boys are lucky. They don't have to sit around waiting. That doesn't mean I'm not glad I'm a girl, because I am. It's just that I'm in a maze, daze, dizzy, tizzy cloud, and I'm trying to figure myself out. December 6th. Daddy's going to teach me how to drive, since I'll be 16 December 10th.
Yay!
I have to save up $12 for insurance. December 10th, sweet 16. George, Jack, and Carol came over tonight, but I didn't get any birthday kisses. December 19th, George sent me a Christmas card and had the letters on the envelope S-W-A-K. That's sealed with a kiss. December 23rd. I keep thinking of November 24th, and that kiss just takes my breath. I hope no one ever reads this diary. December 26th. George came over and gave me a jewelry box. He seemed to like the wallet I gave him, but he had also gotten 3 others for Christmas. Oh well, now he needs the money to fill them. December 27th. My sister, her boyfriend, Carol, Jack, George, and I made up Carol's party. We had a good time. George and I were the last ones up from the cellar, and he kissed me when no one was watching. December 31st. I'm writing this at 2 a.m. in 1961. What a wonderful night. I had the party, and we all had a wonderful time, and the time went too fast. I had my first kiss this year from George, and he gave me my last kiss last year. I'm really looking forward to next year. Happy New Year. Now, I recently discovered that George passed away in 2004, and Jimmy just a few years ago. But Jimmy made a record that would be a 45 RPM record in those days, and he recorded it under the name of Jimmy Jordan, and his one piece was called Teenage Tears. Now, my teen angst about never marrying was unfounded. Okay, since then, I've been married twice, and the second marriage took. So after my first husband and I separated, I enjoyed the transition, and I found myself dating as many as 7 men in a 2-week period. One of these men was David Edlund. He's sitting down right there. And David wrote poems and long letters to me, and left flowers and unicorns at my house while I was sleeping. He worked at the Sun late night, so before he went home, he would make a long detour and leave all of this romantic stuff in my mailbox every night. It's fantastic. So I discovered that this was a man who had staying power, and especially when I saw how he cared for his young daughter from his first marriage. So that's when I decided to propose to him. I didn't propose marriage. I proposed that we have a child together. So when we really did get married, like about a month and a half before our daughter was born. So within 1 year period, I'd given birth to a new baby, which I photographed as I was giving birth. That's another story. And a new 9-year-old stepdaughter. Now, I'm 73, I'm far from an old maid, no worries like that. I kept my maiden name when David and I got married. I mean, can you believe my husband would change his name?
But good for you, girl. Good for you.
At 15, I wrote in my diary, looking forward to the new year. When I turned 70, I wrote, now as I enter my 8th decade, I wonder what gifts each day will bring. So, you've heard the journey from my diary. And then the year I turned 70, I wrote a book, 365 Gifts on Turning 70, which looked at a positive thing every day.